everyone, it's Jennifer Hoffman of EnlighteningLife.com, and in this video I want to talk to you about the basics of 3D to 5D integration. And yes, we have props. So first I'm going to use this to represent us and this closed slinky to represent our 3D world. So as long as we are in the illusion of 3D, and 3D is a closed system, so notice how this is completely solid. I mean, we know that we can open the slinky, but this is actually a completely solid reality and it's a closed system. So here's us, and we're in the 3D world, and as long as we are in pure 3D, we can't see anything else. We can't see outside of 3D. We are basically bound, I'll show you in here, we're basically bound by the structures of our 3D reality. Now we know that 3D is disintegrating. What does that mean? So that means that as we expand our awareness, and this begins with looking at your life and thinking, wow, I'm really limited, I'm not really happy, I think there must be something else for me, I don't like my life, my relationships are all weird. So we start opening our 3D reality a little bit and start getting a vision of what else there is. But we're still in that 3D reality. And how do we get out of it? Well, I'm going to use a different prop, one I've shown you before. And that is like this ball that's made out of grapevines. It's a decorative thing, but it shows how 3D starts to disintegrate. So we go from this closed system, which is completely solid, to this open system with all kinds of holes in it. And we're in the middle, so we are starting to see outside of our 3D reality. But we don't know how to get out of our 3D reality. Well, this is one of the key elements to the integration, is that it's integrated. So the 5D energy starts coming in. I'm going to use these pipe cleaners to represent 5D energy. So here we have 5D energy coming in, and what happens is the 5D energy starts to enter our 3D world. So we start getting glimpses of 5D because it's starting to kind of come into our reality. So we have space for this. And so we start bringing in some of this 5D reality. And what happens is, yeah, it looks like a mess because at first it does feel like a mess. So what happens is we have all this 5D energy coming in and we start bringing it in, but now we're left with something like this. So what we have to do next is we start integrating the 5D reality. So we bring into our reality what we can. What happens is we start developing an integrated 3D to 5D reality. So we start taking all this excess energy, and this is what feels like an energy hangover. And I've talked about how we bring in all this energy, and then we take in so much that we can't process it all, and we get an energy hangover. So we get something that looks like this. So now we have our 3D reality, we've got our 5D reality that's coming in, and we start integrating, we start incorporating it into our world. So this places where we feel limited, we start opening up to new possibilities, we start expanding our awareness, we start bringing this new energy in and start incorporating it into our world. Well, you can guess what happens next. This begins to expand even more. It disintegrates even more. So these gaps become bigger so that we can start bringing in more 5D energy. And I've got some more pipe cleaners. So we can start bringing in more 5D energy with the next series of downloads. So we start building this expanded 3D model that has 5D energy integrated in it. And this is why I say 3D to 5D integration is an integration, not a takeover. We're not throwing 3D away to bring in 5D energy. Where would it go? Because 5D energy is all energy, it's all spirit-based, and it has no matter, it has no solidity. It needs us as an energy container to receive this energy and then integrate it into our 3D reality. It's very much like, you know, buying clothes. I mean, you buy clothes that fit you so you can wear them. Well, we bring in 5D energy that fits us so we can wear it, so we can integrate it and start making it part of our own reality. And this is why everybody's different too, because some people can handle a lot of energy, depending on where they are on their path, what they're supposed to be doing, what their life path is. Other people can only integrate a tiny bit. So even if this energy is coming in, they go, no, this is not for me. This is about as much as I can do. And maybe this is what they can do for their whole life. Maybe this, which we think is nothing, is actually the greatest amount of spiritual awareness that they have ever been able to integrate in the scope of all their lifetimes. That's why non-judgment is so important right now, because we can't judge anybody's path. First of all, we don't have the authority to do that. And secondly, it's not our place to do it. We have no idea what somebody else's life path is, so we can't judge them. So as you are bringing in new energy, what's happening to you too is you're starting to say, oh, this looks so wonderful, and yeah, I want all this energy, and I want to feel better, and I want to be happy, and now you've got this with a massive energy hangover. But then you have to figure out how to integrate that reality. How do you make it part of your life? And are you willing, this is the important part, are you willing to allow the release work and the elimination, which is part of April's energy, the elimination work that has to happen in order for you to be able to integrate this level of energy into your life, which means releasing the things that no longer make you happy, letting them go so that you can become congruent as you integrate this 5D energy. It's the energy in your life and your 3D reality starts to look like its 5D counterpart. So this is a really simple but kind of solid model of what this integration process looks like. And the more energy you integrate, the more your 3D reality starts to look like a 5D reality because the energy is in there. You're never going to replace or eliminate the 3D reality because this 5D energy needs a place to land. It needs a place to go to. Hang on. I have some more pipe cleaners. So this 5D energy, if it's out there, it's just out there. It's looking for a landing spot, and you are the landing spot, of course, depending on how much energy you can take. So the more this energy comes in, again, this is where the energy hangover happens. So you think, oh, this energy is great. I love it. Give it to me. I want all of it. And so you start bringing it into your reality. And, it's kind of like buying too many groceries, or like going to Costco and buying too much stuff, and then you have to go home and you realize that you have no place to put 40 rolls of toilet paper. So you start integrating this like this. So now you've got this mess, and you think, and this is again where your energy hangover happens. You think, oh, this is wonderful. I want all this energy. I want to feel better. And then when the energy download's finished, you think, okay, what do I do with this? How do I handle this? So then you have to do the work of integrating it into your reality so that it has a place to go, which means making room for it, creating energetic space, but it's also kind of like a revolving door. So if you've ever been through a revolving door in a building, you know that the people going out the door are going out the same door, and the people coming in the door, and that door turns around and around. So the more you allow this things to be released, which are things that are not compatible with this higher energy, the more you start integrating it until your life starts looking like a 5D model, but still your 3D reality is just integrating the 5D energy. So I hope this is a helpful model. Again, we are going through some massive shifts and downloads. We are moving from this closed system, this closed 3D system that is a very limiting illusion of our potential and possibilities, to this integrated model which allows us to expand our 3D reality, to disintegrate the limitations that are part of it, and make room for this 5D energy. So I hope this is helpful. Thanks for watching. It's Jennifer Hoffman of EnlighteningLife.com. I'll see you on the next video.